There are moments in sports that make you stop mid-scroll, moments you weren't even looking for, and suddenly you care deeply. This is one of those moments. Picture this. It's 3 a.m. somewhere in the Philippines. An alarm goes off. No snooze, no hesitation. Someone grabs their phone, squints through the brightness, and starts searching for a live stream. Not for a World Cup final, not for a title fight, for a first-round tennis match in Miami. That's the world Alex has created around herself at just 20 years old. And if that doesn't tell you something extraordinary is happening, then buckle up, because we're only getting started. What's happening around Alex right now isn't manufactured. You can't build this with a PR campaign. You can't fake it with one viral highlight. This is organic. This is real. This is what it looks like when the right person arrives at the right moment with the right kind of talent, and the world turns to watch. She walks onto a court, and something shifts. Crowds lean forward. Conversations fade. People who've never watched a WTA match suddenly feel nervous during a rally. There's an electricity to watching her, something you can't quite explain, but once you feel it, you can't ignore it. And Miami felt it before she even hit a single ball. Now, let's talk about the tournament, because this is where the story gets interesting. James Blake, the tournament director, isn't someone who makes impulsive decisions. Former world number 4, a veteran of the biggest stages in tennis, a man who understands crowd energy the way a conductor understands an orchestra. He made a bold call. He put Alex on the stadium court, not a side court, not a hidden show court, the main stage. And this wasn't sentiment. It wasn't a feel-good story. It was data. Ticket demand told the whole story. Resale prices were rising. Seats were disappearing fast. People were flying in from across the Filipino diaspora just to watch a first-round match. Flights booked, hotels reserved, schedules rearranged. That is not normal. Not for the round of 64. But Blake saw the numbers and made the only decision that made sense. He gave the people what they came for. Now, think about the scale of that. The stadium court at the Miami Open holds around 14,000 people. 14,000. And everything pointed to one reality. That stadium was going to be full. Because of Alex, a 20-year-old, in the first round, drawing a crowd that seasoned players hope for in semifinals. Even the WTA was watching quietly, because something unusual was unfolding. Something that didn't fit the script. Something was shifting. Meanwhile, back in the Philippines, the countdown had already begun. In Manila, in Cebu, in small towns where the Wi-Fi might struggle, but the passion never does. People were setting alarms in the middle of the night, finding screens, gathering together, doing whatever it took to be part of this moment. Just imagine it, a family huddled around a phone at 4 a.m., the glow of a live stream cutting through the darkness, eyes wide open, not with sleep, but with hope. Because this is bigger than sport. This is national emotion. This is what builds over decades when a country produces talent, resilience, brilliance, but never quite gets the recognition it deserves. Filipino athletes have always fought hard. They've competed, they've delivered, but the spotlight didn't always follow. There's been a gap. A frustrating, painful gap between achievement and recognition. Alex is closing that gap. She represents a generation that isn't asking for permission anymore. They're pulling up a chair and the world is adjusting. But here's the truth. None of this, not the atmosphere, not the crowd, not the emotion, none of it matters if the tennis doesn't deliver. And this match, it was a real test. Because across the net stood Laura Siegemund, and if you don't know her, you should. She's not flashy, she's not viral, but she's dangerous in a completely different way. She's precise, experienced, unshaken under pressure. Big courts don't intimidate her. Crowds don't affect her. She doesn't play the moment, she controls it. Her game is designed to disrupt. She takes away pace when you want speed, adds angles when you want rhythm, slows things down when you're building momentum. She doesn't overpower you, she outsmarts you. And here's the irony. Alex thrives on energy. She feeds on momentum. She elevates when the crowd comes alive. That's when she becomes electric. But Siegemund, she's built to take that energy and quietly shut it down. So this wasn't just a match. This was a contrast of identities, a battle of styles, a chess match inside an emotional hurricane. On one side, a player fueled by the moment. On the other, a player determined to remove the moment entirely. And that tension, that's what made this bigger than any scoreline. And then there's the crowd. Because 14,000 people who believe in you, truly believe in you. That's one of the most powerful forces in sport. When you hit a clean winner and the stadium explodes, that sound doesn't just reach your ears. It hits your chest. It lifts you. It convinces you that you're not just playing well. You're playing beyond yourself. Like you've tapped into something greater. Something you didn't even know was there.